So in this video, we're going to talk about the pros and cons of working with a distribution partner. You can work directly with a retail partner and sometimes work with a distributor partner in between. It really depends on your strategy and the market. So a lot of brands that we work with have a strategic retail partnership that they're going after in certain markets. And then for the other retailers, they have a distribution partner in place. So let's get started. So, tip number one, let's look at the pros and cons from contacts and connections. A distributor partner that has local contacts and a good network is often preferred because they already work with several retailers and you don't have to approach one by one separately, and you go directly to that distributor who can help you get into different retailers much faster. On the other end, the cons to that is that they of course control the narrative and they will be the one presenting your products, and you don't know the retailers that well, and you cannot build a relationship with the retailers because the distributor is already doing so for you. So important to know, is it to go fast together or to go maybe slower but then having more control? Those are the pros and cons of selecting to have a distributor in between or not. On the other end, let's look at margins and costs. So let's look at margins. Is it worth it to spend this margin on a distributor or save that margin and go directly to a retailer? That would really depend on different things. But most of the times, if you are selling in another market where you don't have the logistical setup in place, it will cost you more to go directly to a retailer and deliver at a specific times to all their retail or to all their warehouses than to have a partner in place that will do so for you. So this is something that a lot of brands try to cut cost on, and then at the end it will cost them more. However, if you have built that relationship directly with that retailer and you can go directly, and logistically it's not so difficult and importing the product is not so difficult, you may choose that option. However, again, most of the times distributors will be a better option for it. 3, let's look at what a distributor does for a brand. So they do so much more than only dealing with the logistical and the supply chain process of delivering the products to the retailer. They will also handle all the returns. If your product was sold to a consumer and it broke directly and the consumer returns it, well, the retailer will have difficulty returning it to you, especially if you are overseas. So a distributor will be that partner for you locally that will take care of all those returns. Second is the distributor will also be dealing with the negotiation with the retailer. So if there is a certain promotion happening in store and the retailer wants some marketing dollars or euros, then the distributor will be able to negotiate that deal for you in a better way than you may be doing that overseas, not knowing exactly how much money you should be spending. But a distributor will have more experience because they're dealing with that conversation as well for their other brands. So these are the parts of the things that the negotiation does help when it's done locally by a partner that knows them very well. On the other end, of course, part of it you may lose control because you're not speaking with that retail buyer directly and you don't know what they think of your product exactly. So this is something that you have to rely on a distributor and their communication with you to understand what's going on. And that is the con in this way, in that manner, that you have to wait longer to get the right feedback from the buyer. But the most important part why it is beneficial to work with a distributor is that because they buy larger volumes, as they will be supplying different retailers at the same time. So if you do approach one retailer, you will get orders from that one retailer only. But if you work with a distributor that works with 10, 20, 30 retailers, you may be getting orders from different retailers through the distributor, and therefore more volume, more sales, more revenue. If you thought this was helpful, let us know in the comments below, and we look forward to hearing your experience with distributors and retailers across the world. If you want to learn more about how to grow your brand successfully, subscribe here and follow us for more tips.